As the countdown to motherhood quietly gathers pace, Strictly Come Dancing professional Dianne Buswell has been savoring something increasingly precious: time. Time suspended between two continents, two lives, and the profound moment before everything changes forever. Time with memories, time with family. Back in Australia, the country of her birth and the cradle of her earliest dreams, Dianne has been soaking up every second with the people who shaped her, her parents. Her home, and the sense of belonging that never truly fades, no matter how far one travels. Yet beneath the sunlit reunions and joyful celebrations lay an unspoken truth: soon, she would once again be separated by thousands of miles from the family she loves most. This time carrying a new responsibility, a child who will grow up knowing them mostly through screens, voices, and memories. It was in this emotional in-between that one quiet, deeply personal gesture would break through the noise and leave Dianne overwhelmed with tears. A new chapter begins. The Australian-born dancer first shared her pregnancy news in September, announcing that she and her longtime partner Joe Sugg were expecting a baby boy. The joyful revelation came just ahead of the 2025 series of BBC One's Strictly Come Dancing, a show that has been intertwined with her personal and professional journey for nearly a decade. Returning once more to the iconic Strictly ballroom, Dianne threw herself into the season with her trademark energy and warmth. She was partnered with Neighbours legend Stephen Dennis, a pairing that quickly drew attention and affection from viewers. While their journey together was cut short after Stephen suffered an injury that forced them to withdraw from the competition, Dianne remained very much part of the show's beating heart. She continued to appear in group routines, musical numbers, and ensemble performances, her presence a constant even as the competition progressed. The 23rd series eventually concluded on December 20th, with Karen Carney and Carlos Gu lifting the coveted Glitterball trophy, bringing another chapter of Strictly history to a close. But for Dianne, another, far more personal chapter was just beginning. Flying home before life changes forever. Once the final curtain fell on the Strictly season, Dianne and Joe wasted no time. Almost immediately, the couple boarded a long-haul flight to Australia, determined to spend precious weeks with her family before returning to the UK ahead of their son's arrival. For Dianne, this trip wasn't just about rest or celebration, it was about grounding herself in family, culture, and memory before stepping into motherhood. It was a journey filled with anticipation and emotion. Throughout her stay, she shared heartfelt glimpses of home with her followers, offering windows into moments that felt both deeply personal and universally resonant. Laughter that carried the familiarity of childhood, quiet conversations, sun-filled family gatherings. And at the center of it all, the growing presence of the baby she was carrying, a life already surrounded by love. A baby shower wrapped in love. One of the highlights of Dianne's time in Australia was a beautifully arranged baby shower, lovingly organized by her family. The celebration was warm, intimate, and filled with symbolism, a tangible expression of joy, hope, and togetherness before distance would once again intervene. In one particularly striking photograph, Dianne glowed in a flowing blue floral dress, her hand resting gently by her side as she posed next to Joe in front of a sign reading, "Baby Bloom." The image captured a moment of calm happiness. Joe kept things relaxed and effortlessly stylish, opting for a crisp white shirt paired with cream shorts, perfectly complementing the laid-back yet celebratory mood. A visual pause in the rush of impending change. Around them, the Buswell family home was transformed into a sea of blue, balloons, ribbons, and decorations signaling the arrival of a baby boy and the excitement that surrounded him. Dianne posed proudly alongside her mother Rena and father Mark, wearing a mom-to-be sash that felt both celebratory and surreal. The table was filled with an impressive cake and an array of sweet treats, all shared among family and close friends who gathered to mark the moment together. And yet, as meaningful as the celebration was, it would be a far quieter moment that would leave the deepest mark on Dianne's heart. It was heartfelt. It was joyful. The gift that broke the silence in her latest YouTube vlog. Dianne shared a moment that stopped her in her tracks. Away from the decorations and laughter, her parents presented her with a children's book intended for their future grandchild. The title alone carried emotional weight, The Invisible String. As Dianne opened the book, she discovered a handwritten message from Mark and Rena inside, words chosen carefully, lovingly, and with full awareness of the distance that lay ahead. Of the love that already bound them to him. They wrote of how excited they were to meet their grandson. And of the reality that, while oceans might keep them physically apart, nothing could sever the connection of family. Although distance will keep us apart, the message read, our love for you will always be felt through the miles that part us. They continued, always remember that we will forever be connected to the ones we love by our very own invisible string. The words were too much. Overcome with emotion, Dianne broke down in tears, her voice faltering as she tried to explain what the moment meant to her. It was raw, unfiltered, and achingly relatable. A daughter preparing to become a mother, caught between gratitude and heartbreak, closeness and separation. Sharing the moment with the world after returning to the UK ahead of her baby boy's birth, Dianne shared glimpses of the touching gift on Instagram, allowing her followers to witness the emotion that words alone could not fully capture. The post resonated deeply with fans, many of whom understood the pain of distance, the longing for family, and the bittersweet reality of building a life far from home. The emotional moment followed an earlier post featuring clips from her Australian trip, a montage of family hugs, laughter, and fleeting moments that now carried even more weight. I know it's not often, but we sure do make the time count. Another beautiful trip home with the family red heart, she wrote. So excited to add another little dude to all this love and fun. True to her open and generous nature. Dianne also reminded followers that she had already shared 3 YouTube videos documenting her time at home, with many more still to come. So go check them out, she added, an invitation not just to watch, but to witness a story of love stretching across borders, generations, and hearts. A love that knows no distance. As Dianne Buswell prepares to welcome her son into the world, she does so carrying more than anticipation. She carries the quiet strength of family, the ache of distance, and the reassurance that love, real love, does not diminish with miles. And sometimes, it reveals itself through something as simple and profound as an invisible string. It holds, it stretches,